Now back to Inside Real Estate. Here's Mike the Realtor.
Folks, we are back. It's Inside Real Estate with Mike Kruziniga. InsideRealEstateRadio.com is the website, InsideRealEstateRadio.com. Time to talk to our good friend Randy Addington over at Hydrojet Walk-In Tubs. The website is hydrojetwalkintubs.com, and the phone number 855-980-8827. And, of course, you're going to get to talk to Randy or his wife Sheila. And, it's great when you actually can call on a company and you actually talk to the owners that care so much about you. So I love that about these guys. And so we're going to talk to you a little bit today about the price point differences in Randy's product and then some competitors out there. And honestly, Randy, the competitors are just so overpriced. It's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. They mark it up because they find people will keep paying them those ridiculous prices. So until somebody comes along and offers a better product at a better price, they're going to keep gouging people.
Yeah, well, and folks, I hate it when a huge demographic that purchases this product is obviously folks that are creeping on up in age in life, but and those folks are a demographic that often get taken advantage of. But at the same time, they sometimes go by that old adage, and this is kind of used against them, where they say, you get what you pay for. And in this day and age, that's not necessarily true with this particular product because, competitors out there found a way to sort of take advantage of that mindset, to take advantage of people. And I don't like it. It makes me mad.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, and that's one of the reasons we decided to have a company of our own is we knew there had to be a better way, and you don't have to take advantage of people just because you can. At some point in time, people need to develop a conscience. We tell people all the time, you don't always get what you pay for, but you always pay for what you get. Just because you pay too much for something doesn't mean you're getting quality.
Right.
But you're typically not going to go into a Volkswagen dealership and drive out in a Cadillac, pardon the pun.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Well, let's talk about these price points and kind of some of these things that the competitors use to justify their huge prices. And these tubs can get up to $30,000-$35,000.
Yeah. And
we're talking about indoor tubs that go in your master bath or in a bathroom in your house. We're not talking about the big heavy duty fancy party tubs out in your backyard, which is a different story. They can also almost be the size of a swimming pool. Let's talk about how they do that and how they take advantage of folks.
Well, the first thing they do is they've got most of them got these big brick and mortar buildings with tons of people working, answering phones, layers of management. You got a president and a CEO, and you've got a regional manager and a district manager and a sales manager and all these, and they all want a piece of the pie. Mm-hmm. They all want some type of an override, and then you've got commissioned salespeople that they bring in and spend 2 days training them how to go out and spend 3 hours in your home convincing you to turn loose of $15,000-$20,000.
Yeah.
And they don't have any skin in the game. Those salespeople run the wheels off their cars and go out, and when they don't make the sale, they call in behind them and drop the price a little bit and then cut the commission out completely. So you have all these layers, and then you've got TV advertising. I mean, there's not a day that goes by if you'll sit in front of the TV that you won't see one of these competitors with a TV commercial or pick up some type of home and garden magazine, and they're in there, offering you this much off. Then they have these buy today gimmicks that, hey, if you buy today, I'll give it to you for this. All they're doing is marking it up a certain amount so that they can drop it.
Yeah.
They've done their research, and they have found that the average senior citizen, they're not inclined to make decisions today. That's not how they were raised, and that's not their generation of how they do things. But they've done the research, and they found that a $2,500 discount is a significant amount to give a discount to get somebody to make a decision today.
Wow.
And so they get in your head.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
do all these things. So by the time you take the tubs that they've already got a warehouse full of them, one size fits all, cookie cutter style deal, they've all got the bells and whistles, and so they can get the tub to you really, really quick because it's already made.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll find a way to fit it in the space.
Right.
So by the time that they do all of that, and their material, their labor, their sales commissions, their advertising costs, they call that acquisition cost. It costs them $1,500 on average just to get an appointment with a customer. That's why they're so high pressure when they come out, because they've got $1,500 invested just to get there. Well, what happens if they only get 2 out of 10? Think of so that's all
the ones
packed
they still
into,
got to cover.
That's all packed into the price. Where we're different is we do not have a big brick and mortar building. We got a manufacturing plant, but we don't have a bunch of salespeople and office staff. My wife and I are Hydrojet walk-in tubs. And when you deal with us, you're dealing with the cheap cook and bottle washer.
Right.
And so we come to your home. We don't have a tub already made sitting in a warehouse somewhere. We measure your exact space. We measure the width of the hallway. Are we going to have to take out door jambs and things like that? What size tub is going to fit? What are your needs? Do you need a hydrotherapy tub, or do you just need a soaker tub? We all 99% of the time it's the hydrotherapy tub, but we go and check your hot water heater. Is it sufficient? Will it be able to perform where you're not taking a cool bath, but you're taking a hot bath?
Right.
We check your electrical panel to make sure that you've got a knockout, so we're not wiring it into a GFI breaker in the house. We do all these things that I would want you to do if you were coming to my grandparents' house.
Right.
That's the way we try to treat you. And because we don't have them in the warehouse already made, and we let you pick your bells and whistles, we don't mark up the shipping. We don't mark up the installation. And by the way, you can use your own installer if you want. You don't have to use ours. And we don't mark up the accessories. So there is no incentive at all for me to try to get you something that you don't want or simply don't need. And that's why we're different. And in most cases, we're 30-40% less than the competition.
Yeah.
If you buy one of our tubs and have your own installer, I spoke to a man last week. He has the capability of installing his own tub, but he's got mobility issues. Well, my competition, they're not going to give you that option. But I'll give him that option. It's a couple $1,000s to put one of these tubs in. That's just the going rate.
Yeah. Well, and folks, the big point here is that there's and Randy's given us so many points of emphasis as far as differentiation between him and the competitors. First of all, you're going to talk to him and Sheila, the owners of the company. They're actually going to come out and measure what you need and decide what you need, talking to you. Folks, the competitors are going to come out and they're going to say, okay, here's what we've got, and it's a square peg, and we're going to stick it in the round hole, and it's just going to work. Well, and who cares if it works for you or it doesn't, or who knows how it's going to screw up your arrangements there at your home, the bathroom, or anything else. Randy's going to go in, he's going to measure everything, or one of his staff's going to measure everything, he's going to take care of it and do it the right way. If you've been listening to our segments, he talks about doing things the right way. And folks, one of those high-pressure salesmen that's just trying to get the sale and get the commission, that's all they're caring about. And all their layers of overhead jack up that price so high that it's ridiculous. So in this case, with this product, folks, spending that kind of money, there's no justification for it, and there's really no reason to go by that old adage, what you have to pay more, to get what you pay for. You can pay a lower fee and get way better quality with Randy's company by far.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And our typical customer is the one who has had one of our competitors out, and they're in sticker shock over the price they've seen. They need a tub, and they're going to get a tub, but they're not going to spend that 15 or 16,000. And somehow they accidentally stumble across us on the website, Googling or something like that, and they get a hold of us. That is my prototypical customer, someone who has a need and they've already seen what the competition does. And then we come out and we actually bring a tub with us, and you can see it, feel it, touch it, sit in it. We don't show you a brochure and a video. We bring a tub for you to look at.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a great mobile unit, the truck and the trailer, and you roll it out there, and it looks great, by the way. And yeah, you can look at it and see it. Made in the USA. You got that lowest step in the business, and still no high pressure sales, and looking to do what's right for you folks out there. And so these competitors, anyway, the price point, look 16,000 to 20 to 30,000 on some of these. Where do you end up usually coming in at as compared to the rest of the folks out there?
I have one. If you get our hydrotherapy tub, which is the one I highly recommend, it's the one that we can get a doctor's prescription written for you, go into your doctor and make it tax deductible. That tub with chromotherapy is the only thing that I really recommend. It's about $7,600 uninstalled. So if we install it, it's going to be about $9,600. If you can get someone to install it or you can do it yourself, we take that exact amount we're going to pay. Our factory-trained certified installers, we just take that amount off.
Right.
And we even have customers that pay our installers direct. So they know exactly what that installer's getting paid.
Right. They don't think you're pulling a fast one on them. And, folks, the competitors aren't going to do that. They're not going to allow you to install your own by any stretch. And it's, your product, you're buying it. You should have the choice of how you install it. That's Randy's thinking, that you should just have the option. And you should do things the right way. And that's just the way he does it. He does things the right way. So, less than 10,000, maybe even around that 7,500 price point, folks, you're going to be paying double that for any of the competitors. You're not going to get better service. You're not going to get a better product. Oh my God, folks, if you're thinking about this type of thing or know somebody that is in need of something like this, if you're worried about, a parent, an aunt, that's everybody's going to fall eventually at some point in the bathroom. It's a matter of time. It's a great product, especially for the hydrotherapy. And if you can have a product that not only has the hydrotherapy, but you can actually just walk into it. It's a little 1-inch step. You walk into it, and it feels great. It's great on the bones, great on the muscles, and the safety is right there. It's a win-win all around. You really ought to think about it, folks. By the way, folks, we've been talking to Randy Addington, owner of Hydrojet Walk-In Tubs. The website, hydrojetwalkintubs.com, and the phone number is 855-980-8827. You'll ask for Randy directly. Let him know you heard us on the radio. Folks, another great segment here with Randy. Inside Real Estate Radio. We'll be back in a few.